Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. There we go. Hit the Y and go. There we go. That's it. I'm stuffed. Here we go. Transform! Oh my god, that just saved my life. Got it! Took me a little bit of cajoling and cajaggering, but we got it. And my depth perception isn't perfect. But they're not exactly giving us a shortage of lives here, so I'm not too worried yet. Ah! Let's get the hell out of here. I have played with Link way too many times to have that show up. That is a Link special right there. Red and blue outfit so tacky. Shut up. Okay, so to get past it, I have to... Who might you be? A physician, we presume? No matter, we're in the most vexing predictions require assistance. The most furious itchiness plagues our entire being. It must be stopped. Please find the source at once. Zelina lady. But who exactly is she anyway? She's not a witch, is she? Is she? No, that's ridiculous, right? I didn't know that would work, but you never know unless you try, right? Hey, STG. This is your best game of 2025? Yeah, I don't blame. There we go. It does look very similar to the Pro Controller. It does feel like a Pro Controller. I've seen the only other people that have replaced, compared to this, would be the ones that, okay, avoid the cannons. Mike the Ref Melody, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight. This show is Super Kick! Let go! Let go! Third! Let go! Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. No. This life is going great! Let's go!
She's healthy.
Let's go!
Is she healthy?
Yeah!
Apparently she's back.
Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Saturday night where we actually get wrestling. Who would have thunk it? Welcome to the AEW Collision Sidecast. We are back on Saturdays. Well, because frankly, last couple weeks we had World's End last Saturday, and the two before they had early afternoon shows, so... But yeah, for those that see my little pinned comment on both platforms here, I am starting a new, I'm working with Meld software for streaming, as well as I got my Elgato Wave, so I'm doing full Elgato here for my sound. So if there's anything that sounds weird, anything that sounds off, please let me know, and we will, well, sounding clear? Beautiful. It'll be a little more interesting with when we start getting into the games and trying to mix up the capture card and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm just trying to get my bearings here about what we're doing here. So, but good to see you tonight, PJC. Like, it first stream of the new year. I had to do some and I'm glad the camera is actually looking decent. It's the one thing I don't want to get too technical on stuff for but this is the one thing that I had to get away from Elgato for. So, hey, Homer, good to see you here tonight. Actually using the NVIDIA audio software, because that's the only way I could get rid of this background when using Meld. The Meld doesn't have the ability to do it quite yet, so I have to do something else here for it. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how things go here as we. Hassan Game Pro Game H3 Terrell. Good to see you here. I'm feeling good. How are you tonight? Hope you're doing well. It is the first week of January here, so yeah, we're getting into AEW Collision, and they're going back to Texas tonight. And some of the breaking news that just came down tonight, unfortunately, the match between Shelton Benjamin and I have to remember exactly. It was supposed to be Shelton Benjamin and Scorpio Sky tonight. Unfortunately, Scorpio couldn't get cleared tonight. So it's going to be Dante Martin taking on Shelton Benjamin, which will still be a fun match. It's just not the same as what we would be feeling about anything else here. So, it's one of those, you don't feel bad, you don't feel horrible, you're sort of in the middle kind of thing. Hey, son, yeah, they actually changed back in September. They moved to ESPN. Which, yeah, good on them. I'll be honest, I don't watch a lot. I don't watch a ton of WWE live anymore. I'll watch the pay-per-views. I'm in Canada right now, so it really doesn't change anything. It's in Canada, it's all on Netflix all the time, and it has been for a while now. So the only exception is SmackDown used to be on one of our, basically our FSN equivalent up here, but now it's on Netflix too. So Netflix is pretty much a one-stop shop for everything WWE these days. And AEW, well, it is a little interesting, and I know, talking to PJC in particular here, he was talking about how all the subscription channels he has to buy, and now he got a deal on them, so he was able to see it, so he's able to watch, but what do I like for Canada? It's where I was born. That's where I live. That's all. There are lots of things. It's a great place to live, great place to, well, except for the fact it's, well, if you translate it to Fahrenheit, it is close to 0. What I like about Canada is not the USA. Thank you for letting me test this out, sir. Did you hear the rim shot? Did you hear the rim shot? I need to know. This is one of those other things I have to make sure are working. Where is it here? All right, so this is actually going pretty good. So for those that, I'll just quickly get into it here. I got the Wavelength software hooked up. I'm working with that. I'm going to be playing around with it as we go along here. I also, like I said, I'm working with Meld right now, and Meld seems to be working okay, but so nothing's really blowing up at this point. So it's, yeah. I found one thing that's gotten to me yet, and I've already sent out a thing to, I sent out a note to the programmers just to let them know what's going on. It just has to do with our, the Frosty tools that I use here. So I just want to quickly pull up the card because, well, I forgot to pull it earlier. And for some, it's the Timeless Love Bombs versus Willow and Hyan tonight, or not Willow and Hyan, Hyan and Maya World tonight. So I know that one's coming up. Oh, here we go. We got Shelton Benjamin, Dante Martin, El Clone versus Angelico, which that'll be interesting. Jet Speed versus Big Bill and Brian Keith. Oh my God, they're back to the Saturday Night's main event opening. Let's go. We got to win already. You notice? Oh, I bet you Scorpio had a promo done, but because he couldn't get cleared, they brought out Christopher Daniels just to throw out a quick one. Inhuman. First fiscal quarter. I love that. So once again, everybody, just thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Business is booming. No promo for Wheeler. Oh, and once again, we are in Arlington for the next month here on Saturdays. So it will be interesting to see how this sets up. So we get the debut of El Clone. It's funny, he debuted last August in a segment with Hologram. Hologram gets injured in this segment. So Clone's official first match is tonight. Why are you turning the damn camera? He's trying to put a C there. He has a U. He's trying to turn it to a C. You don't turn the camera so it still says U. Production!
What the hell is that?
And an all-ray in the ring match to start off the night tonight. Always great. So yeah, I wonder if Hologram's actually going to be able to get back here before we're out of Texas. So they're here for 4 weeks. If anybody's wondering about that at all. Oh my God! Somebody got a cowbell. I actually wouldn't mind it if they actually had that instead of a regular ring bell. New year, new fight, same goal. Huh. But yeah, as we get started here, it's going to be a fun night tonight. Like they didn't actually. Oh. Commander versus Hechicero. Winner gets Mark Briscoe next. That'll be a fun one to have tonight. Yeah, we're also going to hear from Eddie Kingston and Ortiz, which, if you didn't watch the World's End show, you didn't see we had the debut of Ortiz, or the return of Ortiz, onto our cameras here, helping out Eddie Kingston. Hopefully this is one guy that won't... one guy that won't turn his back on our friend Eddie Kingston. But yeah, once again, welcome everybody for being here. And it is going to be fun here, just everything that's lined up. And once again, we will be getting to 2K25 after we're done here tonight. The My GM mode, as always, on Saturday nights. And we're going to run it until, at least until we get to the Hall of Fame. Then we'll play it by ear there if we want to keep going or if we want to change things up. Backbreaker Wrestling debuts next Wednesday on the channel here. So it'll be right after Dynamite. Hey, Michael, Happy New Year to yourself as well. I hope you're doing well. Oh, that's where they're at. They're right by, they're right next to Jerry World. That makes a lot of sense. That's how they got the venue, I bet. Tony called Jerry's like, hey, from one GM to another. Or one assistant GM to another. Well, who knows? With Jerry Jones, he pretty much runs everything himself. But you can see an absolute jam-packed crowd tonight. I wonder what it's going to be like in a few weeks' time. Because that's the biggest problem when you do residency. Oh, God. It's the biggest problem when you have residencies like this. The first week or two, you usually get pretty good crowds, and then it starts to question yourself here. So Clone's using the exact same finisher as Hologram. It's the same one that... it's the same finishing move that our friend Hologram uses as well. So airplane spin into a... Serpenticle, why'd you even touch Clone? He wasn't even in your way. Just to set this off? Well, somewhere Nyla Rose is cheering right now. Okay, so we're... I love the new mask for Commander. He was gold up until this year, and now he's got that blue one. But Commander's got a match against Hechicero tonight. Oh, there we go. Now we're starting to get through the advertisements of the match here tonight. So just going to ask you, chat, what are you looking forward to in 2026 for wrestling? And you know what? Let's throw it wide open here. You don't have to talk about just WWE. You can talk about New Japan. You can talk about AEW. Mr. Zodiac, how you doing tonight? Let's get the horn out. Please tell me you heard the horn because I want to make sure that everything gets nice and crystal clear for everybody here. Attaboy. There you go. Thank you. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. Like I said, what are you all looking forward to coming up in the next the next 12 months? Myself personally, there's a few things I want to include in that. But I got some breaking news for you. And you know what? I didn't take time to unload it, but Ospreay come back, hell. If he comes back, that'll be freaking amazing as far as I'm concerned. Let me see if I can do this without, crashing the whole damn stream. Since I'm using, like I said, I'm using new software, so anything could be all over the place here. So just forgive me here. But, so I haven't got the logo done, but I've got the let me close that. I'm just going to pull it out for you guys. You know, I'm just so excited. I literally got this like a few minutes ago. Image. That's our new background. Our newest segment coming up. That's going to be the background for the scene here. But I'm going to have a new segment on the channel. It's probably going to be YouTube specific. It's called 5 Minutes for Yapping. Because you know what happens when you stick in the box, you got to think, you got to do stuff, you got to be smart on stuff. And that's where part of some of these booking videos, like I promised Zodiac, I still owe you one here. But let's see if I can do one more thing here, because I want to make sure I... Okay, so now let's see if I can replace this here. Just got to add a little banner to the top of that there, folks, if you can see real close. Celebrating 15 years. Going to start adding that to everything here as we go along. I love the fact here that Maya... Sorry, just getting back to the match here for a sec. High-End and Maya Worlds, new gear, new theme song together. Oh, they're from Texas too, so that actually helps a lot as well. So yeah, this should be fun here. I wonder... Love Bomb's entrance is goated, yeah. You know what? Tony and Mina have everything except the tag titles, and I don't mind that right now, because you ever been in a position where you don't need tag titles? I was going to say, I wonder if Mina's glitter's still there, but I'm not checking that hard. It's for science only. Science. 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 All my buttons are in a different spot now, so I got to be careful on this. But, so yeah, if everything goes well on Wednesday if I have time to record, I'm going to be recording the things I want to see here in the next 12 months. And we'll throw videos in once in a while here. Like I said, I want to get a little bit more content put together here in different forums, not just the fan. I think it's time to step up a little bit here. So. But what do you think about the fact that Tony's actually settling into a tag team rather than worrying about singles matches right now? Like, Mina's doing a lot of work in Ring of Honor right now, and there might be a possibility that Mina might be the one to take out Athena. But in many respects, there's the possibility that, and I heard this wild theory online, which isn't exactly the worst thing in the world. What do you think if Mercedes is the one to beat Athena for the ROH title? Is that a little bit ass backwards, or is it... Or would you prefer it to be somebody like Billy instead? I'm thinking maybe somebody like Billy would make more sense. Like, who would you want to see being the person that takes out Athena as champion? I think Billy Starks is the smartest one of the bunch. I know. Oh. I wonder if it was intentional there that Mina fall back just to prove that she got Tony there for support. So now they figured out they're going to do picture-in-picture at this point. All right, USA Network, we're going to... I very much appreciate Maya having her name on her gear. New tag teams on TV don't identify self. And you need to do that, especially on a show like Collision, where there isn't a lot of... Well, it's brand new. There's not a lot of viewership to start off, but it is growing. And let's face it, it's growing every single week. Like, I know a lot of people are talking up what happened yesterday on SmackDown with the return of Matt Cardona as Matt Cardona, the return of Randy Orton, Jordan Grace getting a backstage segment of pretty much officially putting herself on the SmackDown roster, as well as Trick Williams getting in there and chatting with Sami Zayn for a while. To me, honestly, unless they're going to do something like this is one of those weeks where they went to pop a rating and they popped it. Just like I think they're going to do on Monday. Yeah, Cardona is officially signed and he is as Matt Cardona. He's no longer Zack Ryder anymore in WWE. He basically, after Kit Wilson came out, cut a promo, and then they heard the woo woo woo, you know it. They played the first 5 seconds of the Zack Ryder entrance music, and then all of a sudden it went to black, and then it came out as Matt Cardona with the Always Ready song. So Mid Cardona also got the Def Rebel treat. Yeah, well, isn't that his TNA music too? Or was that... Oh, no, because he used Downstate, I think. He was another Downstater that doesn't get the Downstate anymore. I don't know. Personally, I find, unless you're going to consistently come up with these shock moments, SmackDown being 3 hours is going to be rough. He was always using the Always Ready. Okay, so... He used the Always Ready clip off the beginning. It's sort of the anti-effect of what happened with Cope when he came to AEW, that he had to get Beth to record the "You Think You Know Him" moment on the beginning of the song. Basically, Cardona just got to keep the 5 seconds right off the bat and lost everything else. So a little bit of switcheroo there. Ooh, nice back fist. Is there any more apropos name for a location for a Tulsa, Oklahoma venue than the BOK Center? Do they have another center there that's called Be Miserable? Be a pain in the ass? Be tall? Be short? Be sharps? Yes, that's a Simpsons reference if you didn't get it there. Mary, your cousin said it was already in use. God bless you, PJC. I love that one. All right, for two people that technically were just thrown together, these two have not teamed on the indies. These two were literally like two singles that were in the back, and our favorite no-showers ended up creating a position there where we literally just, okay. All this out of two people saying that doesn't work for me, brother. Do they not expect Tony to get back up? I like the fact they're getting time. Like, if you look through this is almost, 10 minutes at this point? Gotta love butterfly effects. There's a whole bunch of what-if series that could come out. And yes, I do need to work on that. Juice has got to be jealous of that. I'm sure he's taken that move more than once. Standing sling blade. Tony, you're foreshadowing a little too quick here. Stop reading your sheet and start calling the match. But yeah, this great victory for the Timeless Love Bombs. Just getting them over a little bit. I'd like to see them give Maya and Hyan a little bit of personality. Honestly, I'd love to see him go heel. Do we have, we got the Sisters of Sin. We got Shafir and Bane if we need to pull that card out. But in terms of heels, we don't have a lot of heel tag teams right now. But I guess you do need to get some victories put together before you start worrying about getting over his heels, right? Or maybe just get desperate. Ooh, where's Shafir? Oh, Shafir's in a bonus match. Let's go. Huh? I got to feel we're not getting a match here. How disrespectful. You don't let us have our exit. So, are we getting a marina tag match? Because in that case, I might need to throw this out right away. Just because, you know who's coming if it's the regular tag teams here. But I'd like to see a lot more from the tag division. I'd like to see more from, just have everything pieced together a little bit more. It seems like the women's division's trying. Put Penelope back in. Well, we also got to see where she's ready to go or not. That's the thing. If Penelope's not ready to go, then I don't know how much longer her shoulder's going to be in a sling at this point here. So That's one thing I wish, just to see Penelope and Megan get back working together again. Even though this Marina and Megan storyline, I think that's pretty cool. And once again, like the most valuable person on the roster right now for AEW in terms of women might very well be Megan Bayne. Just because of everything that she, like, look at what she's doing right now. She's flipping back and forth between New Japan on a random week. She would leave right after Dynamite, head over to Japan, work for Stardom for one night, come back. And apparently now she's calling out Bozilla and Stardom again. Like, I'll take that rematch about 16 million times. But one of the things I'd like to see, and I don't know if it's... And this is just basically coming up when literally a lot of people... It's funny because if you look over the streaming landscape tonight, in terms of the people that normally do watch-alongs for Collision and AEW shows, a lot of them aren't doing it tonight because in just over, I think it's 6 hours time from now, New Japan Pro Wrestling presents Wrestle Kingdom, which it's going to be a fun show. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be up for it. I have to work tomorrow. I might watch it on either whatever day I have off, whether it's tomorrow or Monday. More likely than not, it'll be Monday's my day off, but people need their naps for Wrestle Kingdom. I'll just throw that one there just because I really don't have a sleeping one, so. So who are the cannon fodders this time? Oh, and yes, we officially need to get that back in. You know this team was going to be gelling because how many different sets of gear do they have together already? One of the things, and I'll bring it up right now, like, Forbidden Door has to be either a Forbidden Door or just scrap the whole idea. Because right... Oh, Nigel, just taking the easy bait there. That's just... No... Sorry, I'll use this one. If you guys are wondering, I am cycling through a bunch of these sound effects I have to make sure they all work. I think I got this one fixed too this week, so thank you for the hydrate, being extra thirsty for this match. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. I honestly would scrap the whole pay-per-view, do a crossover match, but fans don't care about New Japan or vice versa for these shows to mean anything for anybody. I agree with you. You can have, like, Wrestle Dream, have it a little bit more focused in there if you want for a couple matches. Just because that is supposed to be the tribute show to Antonio Inoki. So you can throw a couple in there for that. McG! Hello. Hope I'm sounding pretty clear, pretty good, pretty even for all of you tonight. Like I said, if you see my pinned comment, thank you. I appreciate it. I am going to be tinkering with things in the next few weeks here. But you can see my logo changed. Just over here, my logo changed a little bit. So you can see that top line. So I just want to up things a little bit to make it special for this year. And they got the Japanese bell for tonight. Sounds like a cowbell almost. She's calling Tony out already? Okay. I think Tony Amina should come right back out here again. No, I'm with you, PJC, and that's one thing I really do feel that we should, like, oh, God. Lance Archer's teaching the teaching the Don Callis family what you're supposed to be doing backstage. See, if Archer's smart, he'll put somebody through the roof right now. There it is. I was waiting for that. Let's go. We got a little bit of... Oh, that was awesome. Who would have thought it would have been so relaxing to have that out? But as we're getting the introductions for both Hechicero and Commander, Josh Alexander cutting promos with people in the ankle lock is hilarious. Well, it's what he does. Like, he's got a personality. Just, it's funny because he didn't really get a chance to show it until like his last 6 months in Impact. Like, basically when he was starting to run up against Scott D'Amore. That's pretty much the last time that he was able to do anything with it, right? But as we get the introduction of both competitors here, I do want to... I'm going to make it official for next Wednesday, if you guys want to stick around and check it out. After AEW Dynamite next week, we are going to have the debut of Backbreaker Wrestling. It will be an exhibition show. It's not going to be the full universe mode yet. I'm still trying to catch up a little bit here. But I will say our main event is a tag team contest. It is going to be the team of Walker Pipe Guy and Fanboy Brian taking on the team of Chris Zodiac and the man soon to be formerly known as McGee. Stipulation TBD. Because, got to make it a little... Let's throw a horn out there for that. I was going to say for the tag titles, but that is going to be our main event for the show. Once again, McGee, just let me know. Team Balls is close.
All right, now you're overstimulated. Let's get some beer in you, and then it's right to bed.
Woohoo! Beer, bed.
How do you like that, Zodiac? I did add a few extra blurps. I just can't believe that's only one Twitch point. I'm going to have to go fix that. I believe the banner is 1,000 now for those. I added them, but I didn't put the right point value. Okay, that makes sense.
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
What can I say? So, I'll be perfectly transparent with you. Blurp wanted me... Anytime we got to watch WWE, I wanted to make sure I had that one set up for us. So I'll be straight up with you guys when it comes to Blurp. They said you could add your own custom sounds, but Unfortunately, you have to pay for that. And guess what? I'm paying for a few things, but I ain't paying for that. I paid for the scoreboard to get updated now. I'm paying for highlights and clips right now, but I didn't feel like paying for blurps. I might consider it, but we'll have to see. We got to hit some channel goals before I start putting extra money into that. So, but yeah, I'll be fixing up those blurps hopefully tonight, if not tomorrow. So feel free to get at them today because it's a one-day only deal. No, there's a cooldown on all of them, right? So,
All right, now you're overstimulated. Let's get some beer in you, and then it's right to bed.
Woohoo! Beer, 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 bad, bad.
I think you have to wait like 2 minutes before you play it again, so. But yeah, I'm going to start going through it. I'll clean a few of those up. The ones that we don't use at all, I'll see if we can maybe switch them out to something else. And like I said, this year is about like, and I know we got a great match going on here, by the way. Hitchicero's telling a great story as we go. And Commander, I think last year was his biggest, like, the crowning achievement for Commander in AEW might very well have been not only the ROH, and I'm taking the ROH out of this, right? But in terms of AEW, it would have been that upset over Claudio last year at the Continental Classic that booted him out for the first year. Like this year was a Roddy Strong win that bumped Claudio out. I love that Hitchicero just stops everything dead in his tracks. But yeah, like I was saying, last year, you know, it was about establishing and getting everything on a roll, which it has been. Don't get me wrong. But now it's about taking things to the next level. Oh my God. That was nice. It's so funny because with Commander, oh God, no, you're dead. Who needs a buckle bomb when you get thrown into a barricade? And everybody's in the crowd's high-fiving him for it. Nice. Oh, and the Jets look like they're losing miserably right now, so. Sorry, just had a quick note there on that, so. Hey, Jay Quick.
Oh, that team sure did suck last night. They just plain sucked. I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
Oh my God, that is going to get played a lot this year. How you doing, Jay Quick? Good to see you here. So yeah, if you come in late, by the way, good to see you here tonight. And unfortunately, a lot of when I set up the new blurps, I didn't set the right point value for them. So for tonight only, you're getting them for 1 point. Because I will guarantee you I'm going to fix that. Don't get that bombastic notification. It just hasn't gone through yet on my end, so. Unless you do the share thing on there, it doesn't do. You got to share and chat kind of thing. Thank you for the resub. Oh, you didn't even get the option. Once a month, it'll come up.
Oh, that team sure did suck last night. They just plain sucked. I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Vic? How you doing, Nats? Good to see everybody here tonight. Once again, like I said, I'm trying out some new stuff here. So, like I said, if anything's sounding weird or anything, let me know so I can make sure I fix it here. But we're also watching a hell of an episode of Collision tonight. And Vic, how the hell are you doing tonight, Vic? I hope you're doing well. If you guys aren't following HBC Bad Guys, over the last few weeks, he's been doing a little bit of brawlhalla here lately. So, something I wouldn't mind getting back into. That sound clip is absolutely a reference to the Caps losing to the Blackhawks. Maybe. Hanging by a thread. Hey, you know what? It's the new year. And one thing about today, like, it honestly feels like today and tomorrow is just the end of the Christmas season, as much as people talk about New Year's being the end of it and whatnot. For me, in terms of retail, like, I work retail, so my work week starts on a Friday, so it's still early. But for most people, tomorrow will be the end of the Christmas season, as a lot of the brats go back to jail. But yeah, if you guys got the shout out up there, please follow Vic. I hope you got the audio fit. I didn't get a chance to let you know about that, Vic. Your audio wasn't going through, so if you check out your VODs, I'm sorry I forgot to message you before, but I'll have to get on there and be on there a little more astutely and lengthy when you're on instead of just checking VODs out. Yes, I know. It's great to let you know now instead of, oh God, what are they doing? Commander, oh my God, Hitchesero just saved his ass. Going from a handstand into bouncing onto the ropes, even though you don't bounce on the ropes. How much core strength does that take out of Hitchesero here? Maybe it's good, the fact doing a restart in a few weeks, open up the new year. Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm using a different software tonight. So far, there hasn't been a hitch. I got to wait for the alerts to come up, and I have to wait for... once the alerts come up and once I have to switch over to WWE. There's only been one hiccup so far, but it's a minor one, and I got a ticket going into Meld itself, so... Oh, God. An armbar with a leg lock. Like, literally, he's turning his right side of his body in half here right now. Like, Hitchesero is literally turning Commander into a pretzel here right now. Well, now's a shot. I don't see them doing Commander and Jay Briscoe or Mark Briscoe. So I would almost expect Hitchesero to win this one. And honestly, Hitchesero and Mark Briscoe is going to be a hell of a fun match. I love the fact when he's going over, it's like, da-da! You know what? I'll give a... Give him the old ECW just for that. My God, Commander jumps and you notice you got to see Hitchesero just literally run to catch him underneath. Hitchesero's getting like this is getting real tight real quick. Uh-oh, look out. Oh, no. Commander's in trouble, right in the backbreaker. So much action tied into a little set here right now. Because, yeah, we're only 45 minutes in, and this is going to be what, our fourth match? It's our fourth match because we had 2 women's matches. We had, we had Clone and Helico to start. So basically we had 3 enhancement matches to start. I'll never get used to this in Lucha. The fact that you just throw a Poison Rana out of nowhere just as like a transition move. See, if it's really El Clone, Clone should actually be... Clone should have to be dressed up in his gear the whole time. That is... It's a very impressive pin, but it looks like it takes like 14 steps to get there. But at least we got our first feud for El Clone. El Clone and Commander. So is this like the LWO version of the NWO? Like the Mexican division? Oh, wait, what? Oh, shit, we're getting this next week. Literally, we're getting Briscoe and Hitchesero next week. That to me is a win already. And it's nice to see that Collision's back at its regular time. Every week we're used to Saturday night, this time of night. El Clone being more involved must mean Hulk. Yes and no. The only other reason I think that he might be here, especially for these 4 weeks, is the fact they are in Arlington the whole time. The same place that Hologram was the featured star, right? Because Clone was supposed to be a copy of Hologram, and now he's copying him with the fact that he's using the venue that Hologram made famous to get going. So I would assume Hologram's close to coming back. I do want to see that Hologram Clone feud because apparently down in AAA and CMLL, I think both those guys were AAA guys actually. They actually tore it up quite a bit with each other before moving on to the States and moving into AEW here. Apparently they were enemies for a while and then they became friends and tag team partners as they went along. So all right, well, I just noticed something on here that okay. Okay, so note to self. I got to check if there's a setting to automatically record the show or if I have to. I'll just grab the live feed after. It works better. It works just as well for me. But yeah, I forgot to start recording the show. Like I always keep a copy of everything of what we do, just in case something happens, right? Or we want to get a famous clip off something, or we want to remember something that we did. But once again, everybody, thank you for being here today. I hope everybody's New Year's went well. Like we were here New Year's morning, or New Year's afternoon, sorry, with the beginning of Super Mario Galaxy, but I didn't get a chance to ask. How was everybody's New Year's this year? Quiet, uneventful, peaceful, stupid. Could have been a little bit of everything as we went along, so. I know myself, after we were done Collision, I ended up working on some video for a little bit and hung around a couple Twitch streams as we were checking things out and just. But for the most part, just a whole lot of nothing going on. When you get to a certain age, you don't worry about things like that. Uh-oh, Shivani. I wonder how long Shivani's going to be in the ring for this one.
Tony Khan made us write 3 nice things about each other, and I'm going to do it with a smile on my face, even if it's all just bull. I said you're a truther because you always speak your truth through the rap, a complete. I think you're very opportunistic.
That was good. I got threw out your back. Yes. Ooh.
People's face to get what he wants. I also wrote gay.
Does it feel like any better?
You've been a great ally to me all these years, and honestly, when I think of this word, I think of you. I'm not kidding. Notice how none of my merch is up here because they put me back in a tag team. Let's go. You're my guy.
Oh, this is amazing right here. No, I hope it feels better soon. Like it's the joys of being old, right? Just having your back act up and.
Today really pissed me off. Let my heroes. There you go, pal. It's a bareback gorilla. This is more up your alley, huh? Try having an open mind, pal.
Bareback gorilla.
Dog gave me the his breath smells like ass. Give me some of that too. We seem to be getting along, which has been very unusual lately. What does your partner want? He is not my partner. You're trying to teach us teamwork, but I am not going to let it happen. He's not my partner. It's not happening. He's not my partner. Not happening, Tony. We're not partners. It is not happening.
My God, this is long-term storytelling at its finest.
Can you hear that tonight of the legend? Please welcome with me, the one and the only Eddie Kingston.
So, Ortiz gets his own special entrance out of this, or what? Watch them both come out. Nope, just Eddie. Honestly, Eddie looks like that guy that just walked out of the bar looking to pick a fight. You notice Nigel trying to get over Zach Gibson as much as humanly possible, right? I really hope that Ortiz gets something positive out of this. Like, let's call a spade here. You have Ortiz, who is definitely going to be the Marty Jannetty of the team at this point, unless something drastically changes. Because Mike Santana is basically like a folk hero and quite possibly could be on the WWE roster sooner rather than later.
Whose birthday is it? Happy birthday, sweetheart. Thank you for coming out tonight. Appreciate it. Thank you for spending $1 on my face.
Wow.
So, hey,
Gotta love when you take up live mic time for this. This is the stuff WWE does during the commercials, isn't it? Like for us in Canada that watch it. Well, before the ads kicked in, I guess. Oh my God, he's got the Brody Lee shirt on. Finally, a tag team partner that's going to stick around and actually work with him for a little bit. It really sucked when they broke up the tag team just as he was getting injured. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit here. Peeking out a little bit, so. See, if it was me, I would have been like, he's got the gift of gab. I got the gift of stab. It's almost like they didn't have the music ready now. Oh, so we're going to get Jet Speed versus Big Bill and Brian Keith. So I want to take a look at this again because I know people were talking about it on the Tron when Brian Keith comes out. Do they have the Bad Apple on there anymore, or is it just the Bounty Hunter? Big Bill disappearing at this point. Absolutely. I do like the fact that Lexi's trying not to smile from ear to ear while doing this interview. I think 2026 is going to be the year where Big Bill and Brian Keith are going to show up a little bit more here. I think they're going to be back on track a little bit more because you sort of want to get that separation from Jericho, right? Because, well, let's face it, Jericho is more than likely showing up at the Rumble if doesn't show up on Monday or January 15th. Either way, he's going to the Fed. He's either the Fed or mini Fed, one or the other. So I wonder if there's a bounty board somewhere. That's what Brian Keith should have. He should have a bounty board. Yeah, TNA. Sorry, I thought mini Fed with TNA would be somewhat apropos. You notice he's known as the Bounty Hunter, not the Bad Apple anymore? And having him off TV to sort of get that separated out. It makes sense, but I know it sucks, but it makes sense. Because a lot of fans, they thought of them as, like, they associate both these guys with Jericho, and the fact that Jericho is leaving, it sort of affects everybody. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where Jericho does end up. But for me, I think this is a new year, new start with Bill and Keith. They have some great chemistry together, though. Tony doing investigating? Hey, Chris, thank you for the socials there. Didn't get a chance to put anything up on Blue Sky. I was sort of at work when I was starting to set this stuff up, and things get a little crazy this time of year, especially when it's like minus. Well, right now it is. It's 1 degree Fahrenheit right now, or minus 16 for us metric folk. And when you run car washes for a living and the roads are shit, it gets to be, less time on your phone, more time actually doing stuff. Oh, this looks like a lot of fun. Keith and so Big Bill had a handful of hair on Speedball, yet when Kevin Knight comes in, he goes after Kevin instead. I feel bad for Speedball's chest right now. Well, that'll be interesting. Valentine's Day night, we're going to be here with Collision Grand Slam. I just hope they don't get a shitty time like they did last year because of the All-Star game. Because they literally ran Collision after the All-Star festivities, which would have been 11 o'clock Eastern. Like, don't get me wrong, the VOD views were absolutely amazing there, but just having the show on at a regular time is just, it's going to be a big boost for these guys. And yes, the next 2 weeks are going to be a little weird for a lot of people because it is NFL playoffs and they do have a game Saturday night. I'll tell you one thing. We will have the Bills score up when if in fact they're working Saturday night in their playoff game, wherever that may be. We don't know exactly where it is yet. Quite often when they do Bills games, they do them the 1 o'clock spot on Sunday. But it depends. If it ends up being the Patriots, they might put that as Monday Night Football. My God. Bill just lines up and goes for it there. Somebody has a sign that sign the crowd, throw here. Oh my God, the faces on all three of them are just amazing right there. Those popped out eyeballs for Keith there, and almost popped out for Speedball in a whole different sense. But yeah, in terms of the tag scene, like it's funny because, well, we're getting 3 tag matches tonight, plus a tag promo. Like essentially, AEW in the past has always been the ones that have been based on having the tag division all in one little nice little package. But it seems like in 2025 they sort of lost their way a little bit in terms of the tag titles, both the 2-man and the 3-man teams. So I do hope, like the thought was when the Ops got the trios titles, that they were going to be able to go for a run and make those titles relevant. But hell, we still haven't even seen Shibata in how long now? Like, don't get me wrong. I think we're probably going to see Shibata later tonight over in Wrestle Kingdom. They are keeping a lot of the names that are going to show up under wraps. I got a feeling one of them is going to be Shibata. They've already announced Omega and Ospreay are there. Because this is Tanahashi's last match against Okada on Wrestle Kingdom tonight, which they have said that is going to be the main event tonight. Which sort of says a lot for your IWGP World Championship. And it's Yota Tsuji versus Konosuke Takeshita for the title there. And Tsuji's come out, made no bones about it, that he is not a fan of AEW whatsoever. For the typical poaching comments that he makes. And speaking as a Blue Jays fan, I will say it simply, open your wallets if you don't think that you think everybody's poaching. Maybe open your wallet a little bit and get the butterflies out of there. And I say that as a Blue Jays fan because we just signed another Japanese player that they're starting third baseman for Team Japan. So it also means a lot that we might not be getting Bo Bichette back, but that'll be interesting to see how the dominoes fall out in the next few days here. Because simply put, you need roster spots, right? And there isn't a lot available. See, MJF is facing Alec Price for the AEW title limitless. I heard he was having a match. I didn't realize he's putting the title on the line out there. That's pretty awesome. Like, we know the national title was meant to go and get defended on the Indies. I didn't realize the AEW title is getting that shot. But this is the time if AEW wants to really capitalize on, Alec Price. I got to go back in the archives. I think I have an early match of his. And when I mean early, I mean like 2018 early. I think he was up here in Edmonton with RCW, and he was on one of the shows I covered. I'll take a look if I can find it. If I find it, maybe one night we'll go through some of that stuff. I know that I got a bunch of videos on Scorpio Sky from his time up here. Nice drop kick. Then the boot sends Bill back down. Speedball's got so much damn potential. Like, I don't want to even say potential. The only reason that he hasn't got a bigger spot than he is that 5-year passport ban that Speedball had. If it wasn't for that, the A10 grab. Okay, that's how you've seen him a lot. But no, Alec Price, like, getting back to him, like There are so many damn good indie wrestlers out there right now that just there isn't a spot for them on the bigger shows. Like I think we're all sort of hoping that MLW would fit into that bigger. Oh, I thought that was over. As we're in the commercial break here. Well, we already know that, it has to be Brian Keith taking the pin here. It ain't going to be Big Bill, that's for sure. But no, there's so many people on the indies, both, well, so many different promotions that have, like, bodies available that just, there's no spots for them at this upper. That's why so many people are concerned about the TV contract coming up for AEW coming up next year. Because if you don't get it, if they don't get that contract and get moving for another year, which I think they will, like realistically, if you like for a TV company, wrestling is a pretty cheap deal relatively compared to other sports. An exploder off the top rope. Oh, and Bill was holding back. That is awesome right there on the outside. Kevin Knight trying to get in the ring, and Big Bill just grabs him and like, nope. Now those two on the outside are just going at. Oh, here he goes. Over the top. Knees to the chest. Nice tag. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this one's done. My God, how he can flip over like that. You know what? It would be nice to have Brian Keith and Big Bill get a win. But for this being a return match for these two, after as long as they were for so long, or as long as they've been out, I will not feel bad about this whatsoever here. Who are we? Grizzly Young Vets.
Ortiz out there, at it again. Everyone's favorite good Samaritan. Rolling with his best buddy, Eddie Kingston. What a heartwarming story of two best friends, two heroes. You might have everyone out there fooled, but we see right.
All right. The fact we're going to get these guys on Collision a little bit more, I think it's actually going to, let's consider that a positive. Hopefully they keep the tag well, absolutely. And if they want to actually focus on the tag division on Collision, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for me either. Because FTR, yes, they are, their main show is Collision. The GYF warfare. we head to the commercial break. We're coming up on Dante Martin and Shelton Benjamin. If you guys didn't hear earlier, Scorpio Sky is not medically cleared to wrestle tonight. So, unfortunately, Dante Martin is going to have to take a spot for tonight. So, it'll be a good match regardless. It's a setup so Shelton can look strong against Moxley next Wednesday in that Eliminator match for the Continental title. But it's interesting to hear the comments, and we talked about this a little bit on Wednesday. Tony Khan came out and said that Jon Moxley is literally the only other person that has been to every Collision and Dynamite since they started. So, basically since he was here all last year, every show. He did not miss a single one. Scorpio has zero luck. Absolutely. Like, this man gets injured. He's running for the TBS championship constantly and then gets caught up in his arm gets, well, I think it was his arm again that got screwed up there. Remember the first ever AEW Tag Team Champions, then gets a run with the TBS title. Just realized I'm catching up talking about Penelope Ford's arm sling. All right, I'm going to give you that right there. I'm glad you're catching up, though. You're still like an hour behind, though, but it's the wrong color. It's supposed to be clear, isn't it? Thank you for that, Mr. McGee. Oh, looks like it. Someone's getting fired for that blunder. No, in terms of Scorpio Sky, like, I hope it's nothing serious and maybe it was just a travel issue. Because, it is New Year's and all the stupidity getting around there. If it ends up being any more serious, we'll let you know because, of course, SRS will have it. It's one of the few Patreons I subscribe to right now currently just because Sean deserves it for all the work that he does. Also, they're running through the MJF, the whole heavyweight title picture right now. And I'm going to throw one other thing in there that I would love for them to do like a 1 hour summary of Ring of Honor, of whether what's to come or what just happened, just to advertise the Ring of Honor, because I do think more people will get an opportunity to see it if they would have the opportunity there. I'm still a little confused about the lights out stipulation because, well, technically the TV channel should be changed by then. So if they really wanted to do something about that, they should put it on the YouTube channel instead. Hey, we get JR next week. It'll be nice to have him for a one-off. Because the more you get JR involved, the longer he gets involved, the more tired he gets. I think that's the way we all are when it comes to commentary. Well, the crowd's trying to get the chant off, and I like that. That match is going to be so good next week. Moxley and Benjamin. Like, I get it. People are going to... The first thing you're going to hear is, oh, two WWE guys. I'm like, no. Moxley... If Moxley was a WWE guy, he'd be walking around with a hot dog cart right now or something stupid. And honestly, when it comes to Skyflight in general, they got some bad luck because what? Layla Gray, remember she had her last match against Mercedes and it ended abruptly? It was literally just like, what, Layla wrecked her knee again? Yeah, this is going to be a hell of a different match for him here. But yeah, Layla Gray and Darius is always getting injured too. How dare you offer insurance on this match? You know what? If Progressive was smart, they would make sure they focus on health insurance. And after this match, you definitely will need to look for some health insurance here. Like, the caption writes itself. Like, where am I not catching this here from? And again, Dante just getting lit up like a Christmas tree here. And Daniels is doing work, right? Like he's in a good position here, like as a manager now. The fact that Daniels doesn't want to be in the ring anymore. The fact he gets to work like as a backstage talent. He is the most, I would say, the agents. In many ways, he may be one of the most notorious ones because he's the one that one Charles Montavious Punker did not want backstage a collision ever. And of course, Tony with his shiny toy was trying to accommodate as much as possible, but ha! You know what? When you're dealing with a high flyer, this actually is the smartest move in the world. Because if you break down the space and you keep tight to your high flying opponent, he can't get any room to fly. Nice kick up there. Oh, tried to do the triple jump, and yeah, Benjamin just said no. There's easy ways to fix this issue. Come on, MVP and Daniels? That'd be a hell of a fun match. All right, so you know what? It'd be sad but hilarious if they actually considered this like a legit call of the match injury. Because then you could say simply Skyflight is just they're done everywhere, right? Like every family member getting into trouble and just getting an injury here and there everywhere. But yeah, just next week will be a fun night when like we got Moxley and Benjamin lined up. I don't know if we have anything else perfectly lined up yet. Next Saturday, we get Hitchesero and Mark Briscoe. Once again, the Don Callis family will probably get involved 12 times from Sunday. We might even get Kyle Fletcher in there just to, renew the rivalry that's taken like forever matches. I really would like to see Fletcher moved up into a different level, and I think he will be. When's Wrestle Kingdom? In just a few hours, sir. Like, I forget what time it's supposed to start, but it is tonight. That's why a lot of people, like, if you go through your, sorry, back to Price, just did some searching. He's been ROH a bit lately. It feels like TK gave me a shot before the cat. That's fair. In many ways, it sort of feels like it's been an Adam Priest kind of thing. Like I do know that Alec Price, sorry, not Alex. Alec has been Stay tuned for the Mike and HPC Wrestle King watch along.
Sir, no, sir!
Sir, there's this weird thing. I'm employed. I work weekends. I start work when that show is over. It might still be going when I get up for work. And on top of that, I'm not borrowing Andre's stream code, so we'll just leave it at that. Well, at least I'm not borrowing it at that moment, so. I was mentioning off top of the show, I might catch up on it on Monday after, like if I have that on during Raw. Yeah, Alec Price was on ROH, but the reason it came up is because Alec Price is taking on MJF for the AEW World Title at a Limitless Wrestling show. So the fact that TK is actually putting himself out there with the title, we all know it isn't going to change hands, but oh, Alec is cool. Is fire. Nice. No, and once again, he is like that Adam Priest type that's just basically that top. And we were talking about this earlier on in the show, like having the fact that there are so many great independent talents around the world right now. Alex at every A1 event in Hamilton, yeah. If we could literally draft a list of the top wrestlers not in AEW, ROH, TNA, WWE. I don't even know what you want to consider with it. If MLW is MLW considered a major promotion or no? That's a question I legitimately have right now. Or is it still a super fed? It almost feels to me like it's a super fed at this point. Since they really don't have a TV deal or... Like, they got some pretty good players in there and some pretty good deals, but... And they're trying some different ideas. I love the fact that MVP isn't even worried here at all about what's going on here. Oh, you thought it was going to be a hurricanrana, and Shelton just said nope. And now we get into the nastiness. Suplex City. It's the one time I'll say it and it'll still be relevant because it doesn't involve anybody that, you know. And I understand MVP is a guy who's been in jail, but... Well, the crowd yelled one more time, so might as well. I don't know if it was worthwhile doing that. Oh, God. There you go. And Rick Knox actually counted the 3 this time. If you're not familiar, the last time Benjamin was in there, I think it was a match with Speedball. He hit the super kick, and the ref took an audible, and somebody took an audible, and it ended up being a counted 3, but it was a 2, and they did it again and just finished it off the same way. That's it. Put over your... Put him over. Put him over. Now, does Moxley come out tonight? Could you imagine if Moxley wasn't there tonight? The first show of the year. First show of the new year, and he doesn't show up after he showed up to every single one last year. Hey, Hologram made it. My God, I am salivating about this match. This is going to be such a good match. For now. D-Riders. Shelton's got to... Shelton puts his hands over his eyes because he's trying not to laugh. It's fair. He just wants to make money. That seems reasonable, right?
And I want you to know that I know you like pain. You like to bleed all over the place like a wild animal, like a rabid dog.
You like your pain. It's down to the pain game, man.
Shelton Benjamin is. Wednesday night on Dynamite, you will get punched. You will get kicked. You will get kneed in your jaw. You will get tossed around like a sack of dirty laundry. And there is
A
absolutely
dirty laundry, of course.
nothing you can do about it. You're a dangerous man, I give you credit. But this man is way more dangerous than you, John Moxley. And I'll tell you why. Because you're driven by an ideology, your emotions, your emotional desire to show everybody that you are the man here. This is your place. And you,
Oh, we just headed to a commercial break.
Shelton Benjamin, I promise you, it's a new year. But we don't have New Year's resolutions. There's no new us. Wednesday night, John Moxley on Dynamite, you will face Shelton Benjamin. And you will get hurt very badly. You know why? You know why, John Moxley? Why don't you tell John Moxley why?
I will say this: the crowd actually got pretty good timing right there. I was actually surprised.
Are going to lose because we hurt people.
All right, and we got 20 minutes for our main event here. Okay, so we got Bandito. Well, I guess he's getting ready for MJF in a week and a half. Oh, God. That mustache, seriously.
As this place does all the right things with all the wrong people. Because the right guy has always been me. And now I'm supposed to watch on the sidelines. I'm supposed to watch as you get a shot at my destiny. You think you're going to get a world title shot against MJF after you took out my hermano Roosh? After you beat Mortos last week? No. I'm challenging you. Next week on Dynamite. I said on the very first episode
Really?
that my destiny was to be the world champion. So next week, I'm challenging you. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to do something so heinous that you are going to be out. And I'm going to take your place. And I will become world champion. So what do you say? Why are you so angry?
Lexi, time number 2 that we just.
You got it, amigo.
Time number 2. Time number 2, she tried not to burst out laughing here. And I don't blame her.
Of course, and Bandito and fans,
Oh,
we are enjoying our time here, of course, in Dallas. The
he's got a microphone.
here again at the Esports Arena. Well, at World's End, Stokely was in.
Why are you so angry?
What we understand is a major injury. We now have an update on Stokely, and I need to read this to our fans here at the Esports Arena, and of course our fans.
Oh, God, this stupid cheap heat with FTR again.
Max. Okay, fans, he has requested that I read this out loud as Stokely with complete silence. And here's what the letter says.
The Stokely Foundation.
Thoughts and prayers, and for those of you who mocked me, you're dead to me. I've been receiving the best care here at the Vivian Banks Medical Center.
Vivian Banks Medical Center.
They have nicknamed me Little Lashley, even though I'm the stronger one. I've been receiving the best
Nigel's trying not to piss himself laughing here.
$1,000. Please find a place in your heart, says Stokely, to donate today. See Tony Schiavone after the show for details. The hell? Tony has nothing to do afterwards but drink anyway. Might as well make him useful. God bless everyone. Stokely.
Okay, I'll give I gotta give Stokely a horn for that. That's like a Nigel thing right there. So Bandito versus Guevara. Oh, that's right. The Lights Out tag on Wednesday. My bad. Then the Eliminator. What else? Come on, you got to have something else for us here. What's on the women's division? Or are you just throwing something together? Of course, you're going to throw something together. That's going to be fun. And then, yeah, we got our main event coming up here with Darby and Wheeler. All right, we're heading into our last commercial break here. And so far, it's been fun tonight. Like watching all the way through, it's been a fun show. Getting a little bit of storyline put together here. We got to see Big Bill and Brian Keith a little bit more here, but as per tradition, we'll give you a rundown of what we're going to be coming up with here in the next week here over on the channel, and it seems like things are settling in a little bit. Hopefully tomorrow, it's either going to be tomorrow or Monday, but hopefully tomorrow, it's going to be Backbreaker Community Night. It'll be a Fortnite night. Anybody that wants to join me, feel free. I think we're going to do Fortnite this weekend, and I think we might do the Weekend Classic for MLB The Show next weekend. It's one of the two last Weekend Classics before 26 comes out. But yeah, we'll Community Night, Fortnite this week. Want to get back at it. It's been a month too long. And then Wednesday, we'll be here with AEW Dynamite. And as well, immediately following that, well, sort of immediately, you know what I mean. We're going to be having the debut of Backbreaker Wrestling with myself. I'll be involved. Kayla J will be on the card. We're going to have Nats on the card. We're going to have, I believe we got Hoju as well from Adam, a.k.a. Adam Blank from Remember the Game. Game Time Will Johnson, a.k.a. Game Time Art, if you guys are familiar with him. He will be in the game as well. And then, but as I mentioned earlier on the show, the main event for Backbreaker Wrestling Episode 1 is going to be the team of Walker Pipe Guy and Fanboy Brian taking on the team of the man soon to be formerly known as McG and Chris Zodiac. I believe it's the Retro Balls is the actual team name, but of course it's work in progress. We can change things as we go, but this will be a little exhibition show just to see how things go and how things feel. And then from there, once we solidify everything, we're hopefully the way things work, we're going to get into Team Retro Balls. There you go. We'll probably set it into universe mode and see how it plays out. Next Thursday, we're going to get back into Mario Galaxy. We started it last Thursday. And then, of course, back here next Saturday for AEW Collision. But once again, everybody, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up if you can. Make sure to tell your friends. And if you're watching on Twitch, make sure you hit the follow button if you haven't already. And if you really like what you see, consider subscribing. Everything that goes into us as part of subscribing goes directly into the channel as a result. But no matter what, thank you for being here, whether you've been lurking, chatting, or just looking for a great time. But don't forget, right after we're done here, we'll wrap up the show, go for about a 5-minute break, 5-10-minute break, and then once we come back, more closer to 5. As long as everything works, as we're trying a new system here. As long as everything works out, we will be firing up 2K25, my GM mode, the solo run, as I'm working towards the Hall of Fame. And we got our Bad Blood pay-per-view tonight. What do you guys think about so many people in DC hyping up Swerve Strickland's entrance from World's End? The fact that he came out as Green Lantern? Like, for anybody that thought that the final part of that contract was at Full Gear, seems to be greatly mistaken. The sponsorship with DC I'm referring to. Well, Mox is here. Why does Wheeler have such a positive music outside the Death Riders chant? Oh, the iDrink sponsor's here. Well, they were accompanied by, but they pieced out because... Oh, never mind. They're coming out. Worsted show. Wheeler Yuta. That deserves a horn right there. Somebody seriously needs to get him in a barbershop match. Could you imagine? Oh, McGee, we saw it live. Oh, and yeah, the aftermath. That red mark. I got to see if I can find it on my phone. Because it was way back in 2011. As Darby is sniffing the carpet coming out to the ring. I had there was a promo segment I did at my hometown show out in Radway, just about an hour northeast of here. Yeah, he slept on the couch. Yeah. But there was a promo segment that and the one key part to it was I had to get slapped by KJ. So I didn't feel it for the first, like, at that night, I didn't feel much of it. The next morning when I took a picture in the mirror, it's like you could see the little handprint on my face for where she got, because I told her not to hold back. Because you got to make it hurt if that's the case, because, well, she's half the size of me. It got the job done. The crowd absolutely hated her. They didn't love me totally, but they absolutely hated her. But in terms of, like, I just thought about this. It's one of the things I didn't mention this year. You can see by the new logo I put up there in the corner. We're going to be celebrating 15 years as me being a content creator. With that being said, I'm going to be bringing up a bunch of memories from the past here while we go through these, like whether it be on the Sidecast, whether it be on gaming streams. We're gonna be talking about. Trying to say something about me getting slapped?
All right, now you're overstimulated. Let's get some beer in you, and then it's right to bed.
Woohoo! Beer, 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 beer.
See, Darby stopped when Marina got in the middle. She got to play Orange Cassidy. He's got to play Orange Cassidy here and just say to hell with that idea. Or maybe Claudio. I like how Moxley's sort of healing it up a little bit here. Roderick would have jumped. Absolutely he would have. I'm just glad that they did the, what was it, the Art of Heartache that Roderick did to Marina? Or the End of Heartache, sorry. No, that's a suplex into a backbreaker. This was literally a backdrop driver into a backbreaker they gave her. Darby's so considerate about women. Like, seriously. Marina wants to get beaten up by every chance she can. But let's give a big shout out to Moxley here. Like, him being on commentary right now. But if you go back to the NXT days with the classic Four Horsewomen MMA that were there. Like, there was Rousey, there was Baszler, the two main ones. Then you had Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir. And really, out of the four, Marina's the one that was probably used the least out of the bunch. Even Jessamine got... Oh, the hell was that, Darby? Like, most people take a German, they'll land on their back. He landed right on his chest. That was a little bit of nuts here. As we get into a commercial break here. I'm just happy we're getting picture-in-picture tonight. But yeah, I wonder what happened with Pac, whether he got injured or whether he just got, whether he's taking some time off back home. Or is he running into that stupid visa issue again? Because, well, it seems like the visa issue is being a pain in the ass all the time here. When it comes to Pac, by the time he fills it out and whatever. Or maybe he's going to go sit in the gym for the next 3 weeks and just pump nonstop. So now that he's seen what Chad Gable looks like now, he's got to up his game a little bit. I don't know if you guys got a chance to take a look at the Instagram photos of Chad Gable in the gym. He makes Ripped Rock look like he ate a case of donuts. To be perfectly honest, just the way the Gable looks right now. Gable got the WWE comeback from injury special body. The only difference between this and the normal one, we know better, right? We know better, so let's not twist this up. But if we didn't know better, it looked like he got a whole lot of injections before as he was getting fixed here. But that man's put in some work. And apparently, the one thing about Gable is he's lost the El Grande Americano gimmick. Story out there right now is that all three people at part of that faction are going to be staying there with that. And to be perfectly honest, I think it's a great idea. Because look what Kaiser's done with that. Like Kaiser's a sort of mini god down there in AAA right now. And the fact that the other two, well, I don't know if you guys know who the other two are, so I don't know if I want to spoil it. But having the other two actually get some time in front of a camera, even if it is under a mask.
Continental champion leader of the Death Riders, John Moxley. Wheeler Yuta has been, John, in charge of this match, but Darby continues to try to fight back.
Found the lost WWE history files on Netflix. Oh, nice. Yeah, they're starting to put more and more stuff. They got more and more stuff available now up on the Netflix channel. Apparently, that's where the majority of the stuff's going to go at this point. But they aren't going to be putting a whole bunch of stuff on there, so it sucks that a lot of the film library is literally just becoming film. The only positive part for me is the fact that my DVD collection and my VHS collection, yes, I have VHS, is going up in value every time. Darby's trying to put it, yeah. Honestly, I'm sorry. I know when it comes to Darby, it almost feels like that stuff's normal. See, she's in. Oh God, here we go. Oh my God, she almost cracked her head on the ring apron. High angle slam. Darby's still trying to work on that finger, by the way. I love how Moxley's like, yeah, I should have still stuck on him there. Oh, God. Wheeler just said, no, I'm hitting the Y button right now on this drop kick, and I'll throw one of my own. And Darby literally just flopped inside out. My God. Oh, it's a Psycho knee. Never mind. He's letting him go. No, it's a sharpshooter. If it's Sting, it's a Sting and Darby, it's a Scorpion Deathlock. If it's anybody else, it's a sharpshooter. But if it's done like this by Wheeler, it's a sharpshooter. Wheeler with another... Oh, God. Jesus. What a stomp. One coffin drop. Two Ooh, coffin drop. Surprised he didn't go for 3. He let him go, so he has to tap out. Wow. Wow. Wanted to make a statement there. Now his fingers feel like they're in place. We will. Oh, okay, there we go. We knew it was going to take a little bit to schedule a women's match, but now we got it. This could be a fun night on Wednesday. Just looking over the card coming up. And that lights out match, well, who knows what's going to happen there. I don't know why Darby's going after Mox. He already destroyed him. I don't think you need to do it again. Just seems shameful that you try and do it again here, but all in all tonight, like once again, and like we're starting off the year on a great little point here, and a lot of different things that compared to what you see on Dynamite, and that's what I like to see here. Darby's just spinning his biggest feud right now is Pac. He wants to go through each and every one of the Death Riders. He's done Danny, he's done Mox, now he's gone through Wheeler. He's not facing Marina. He beat Claudio in the Continental. I do believe he beat him in the Continental. It wouldn't surprise me. I think Pac should win it. Whether he does or not, well, that's going to be a whole different ball of wax here, right? With TK's booking, you never know what should happen or should not happen. So, other than that, like the 2 women's matches set up a singles feud over on Wednesday. You got El Clone making his debut and basically getting into a feud with Commander, which is probably going to carry over on to next Saturday. And then we also got Eddie Kingston and Ortiz, which most likely will be taking on the JYV here. Or the GYV, sorry. Thinking of JYD. On a future Collision as well. Like, I expect most of these matches to stay over on the Collision side. And the fact that we're getting FTR off our screens for a little bit. Yes, I know it's diminishing the tag titles, but right now they're really not that big anyway. But I think all in all tonight, like, really decent show. And let's face it, this is the rev up show from World's End for Collision. And also the fact that we have 3 months until our next pay-per-view. And the next major TV show that's going to be a Collision is going to be Grand Slam in a month and a half. So Dynamite's got a little bit of work to do because they have Maximum Carnage next week. But yeah, Grand Slam's like, what, 6 weeks away? So there's plenty of time to build some stories here. So, but with that being said, I think we're going to wrap up this half of the show. For those watching on YouTube, as long as everything doesn't go crazy here, we're going to send you guys off for the night due to copyright and all that great stuff. So, and then for those on Twitch, hang on. We're going to go to a commercial break here. And once we come back, we'll be back with a little 2K here. But for those watching over on the YouTube channel, once again, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Tell all your friends. And we will be back here on Wednesday with AEW Dynamite. So on behalf of everybody here in the Twitch chat And for myself here, thank you for being here. And we'll see y'all here next time on the Backbreaker Video YouTube channel. Take care, everybody.